Welcome, everyone. Let's call the meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comment? Anything in the world of Zoom?
No hands raised.
Okay. Item D, minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes from January 28th.
So moved.
Oh,
Second.
okay. Excellent. Any discussion or changes? All those in favor state by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Not opposed. E, correspondence. Kathy, Kat, anything?
No.
Nothing? Okay. F1 chair report. I have nothing new to report at this time. Joe, town council liaison, anything from the town council
No,
to us?
I think all is good. We're excited about the timeline coming through and that we're moving forward. So that's really about it.
Okay. FHS building committee, Chris, anything?
Nothing substantive. We continue to work through change orders on the building, but it's done and we're working on central office too. So, but nothing substantive.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Architect report, Chris. Anything
Sure.
to report?
I won't steal the thunder from these gentlemen to talk
Okay.
about the construction, but we started our regular project meetings last week on site in the trailer. Those are occurring at the moment every other week, and things are moving forward. So submittals rolling in hot and heavy. Hopefully we're getting them back in time. I feel like we're doing a pretty good job,
Great
but
turnaround so far. Thank you.
so far so good.
All right, thanks, Chris. The general contractor report from KBE, who's going to take that? Tony or Mark?
But Nick,
Oh, let Nick. All right. Okay, just,
have that microphone, Nick.
yeah.
So we got started on site February 10th with our notice to proceed. Right now, we currently have selective demolition and MEP make safe going on site. MEP demolition will be done by the end of this week. Selective demo, including all the ceiling removal, will be done by next Friday. And then we'll get started with abatement throughout the building. They have about 3 to 4 weeks worth of abatement. And then we'll get started framing on the 3rd floor.
All right, any questions of KBE?
Any unexpected surprises so far?
That was my question.
I don't think unexpected. Anytime you get into a renovation demo,
Right.
saw some couple flooring, some wall finishes, mirror that might be suspect. Turned out to be not bad so far, what we found, so they were negative. But I think we'll get Russ, walk through, see if there's any other potential issues. Keep you guys posted, but right now, moving forward.
So it feels like the timeline is moving along.
Yes, moving along.
Well, you found any hazmat or just minimal?
Yeah, so we found a couple areas that might have been suspect. They were out tested
Monday.
so we haven't gotten the results yet, but a couple of areas that we also thought, come to find out in reports they were not. So.
All right, that's good news.
Far.
Okay,
That's great.
anything else for KBE? All right, thanks, guys. Communication subcommittee report. Anything new?
I have nothing.
We haven't met. We did provide an update in the town newsletter that hit mailboxes this week. So you should have received something, just a general update that, KBE is on board. We're moving along. We've started construction and the renovation. So I think as things progress, we'll start to meet again and potentially do another individual newsletter for the project.
All right. Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, probably spring when we can get some nice pictures. of the
I got one
progress.
question.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Are we still, obviously the bricks are still being sold? Have we figured out a time? I'm always getting asked, is there a timeline? Is there a timeline
Yeah,
of bricks?
I believe in the newsletter, we said end of April, what we're gonna do the first round of collections for, just so we can have a count as to how many bricks we've sold, how many we're so we're not buying double brick. And then I think we'll just go from there as if we're gonna do another round or however, but right now it's another push towards the end of April.
All right, great.
Is that something that could just be ongoing once we get everything kind of in place and things? or
I think
not?
we need to have conversations around the maintenance and how that would realistically happen, because the more we go, are we gonna do them all at once? Are you gonna do them one by one? I mean, it's definitely something where we can continue funds into the FLIS scholarship.
Mhm.
But I think we need to take a look at, is it realistic? You know, how much can we do? So more to come.
But I mean, it's been a really, really successful program.
That's
I think,
awesome.
what did you tell me when someone just gave me an update on it? What did you catch?
I don't have the numbers off the top of my
But-
head, but it's been very popular.
Yeah,
You've been able to really up the scholarship from what I understand.
yeah, we're up
Yeah.
the scholarship and we still, every time a newsletter or something goes out, more people, they do put their checks into us. So it's great.
Oh, if anybody's like me, they're always waiting till the last second, so.
Yeah.
you get flooded when you actually put a hard
Exactly.
date on there.
Yeah, and we could talk about it down the road, but I just kind of envision maybe once a year, as you have people graduating, things like maybe there could be a brief window. But I know we do that at our church and you just kind of pull up the ones that aren't engraved and.
Put on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. to
that'd be a
keep
good
us
time.
out.
That'd be a
Yeah.
good thing to do,
Yeah.
I like that.
like right before graduation.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it
keep
continues
it
to
in
put
the-
funds back into
Yeah.
the scholarship. So
Right,
it's
right,
an
that's what I'm
ongoing
thinking.
funding source.
Yeah.
At this point, to
Yeah.
keep that scholarship going.
Yeah, I think, you give us all the discount now for purchasing early and then everybody else gets a higher price.
Speaking to the microphone.
Yeah,
want to make that.
for profit, Joe?
He's in budget.
Works for
Yeah.
profit for a new company.
Right. All right, financial subcommittee report. Sherry, Chris, did you have anything going on this week or last couple of weeks?
We did have a meeting, was it last Monday? And we approved this $1,500, correct?
Yeah, basically everything that's on this agenda.
On the
they can take a
agenda.
Look at.
Yep. We approved it and we didn't see any other things that were brought to our attention that day.
Beautiful. And Kathy, the financial report.
I think I'm gonna let Kat do that.
Okay,
Look in your agenda, should be in here somewhere.
It's gonna be under the contingency log there.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. So we've updated the invoice tracking that's on here to reflect what's in the agenda packet. So there's an invoice from Silver Petroselli. And I believe we do have JF Ipaluccio, their next invoice that is on for approval on here. So those are all being tracked.
The agenda.
It should be at your spot right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's at the spot. Okay.
So just every
Same.
time there's an
Printed
invoice on the
Yeah.
agenda, it'll be reflected in here based on the contractor.
And these are the numbers that are being looked over before they come to us?
So the invoice package is what's looked over. So G1 that you're going to approve.
Yep.
The finance subcommittee takes a look at and approves those before they come to the committee for approval. And then this tracking sheet reflects these amounts. So it's all just kind of logs to keep track of.
Jean, this is a running total. So this
Yeah.
is from the beginning of the project. So when we didn't have the finance committee, obviously the committee has all approved that. And now this is going to be a running total. So anything that goes on it from this point forward, the finance subcommittee looks at first.
So we'll get that running total at each meeting.
Yeah,
That
oh,
makes
yes,
sense.
Yep.
yep.
Sounds good. We find it.
okay. We'll discuss this just to hear more in
Yep,
G.
yep.
Okay, let's go to G1. I need a motion to approve the following invoices.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second,
Discussion. I don't know, Kat, Russ, can you just give a quick explanation for the change order for the builder's risk policy, what that is?
Sure. So, we have decided to obtain builder's risk insurance for this project, through KBE. They have a master builder's risk policy where they group their projects together and therefore it becomes cost effective, to the towns that are in the group. The policy was convenient because we were having some issues securing policy for a standalone project. and more cost effective in obtaining it at a standalone basis. So we recommended going with KBE. It was reviewed by the decision-making group, which includes Jack, Russ, and myself, and also the finance subcommittee takes a look at these as well. So it's had a number of eyes on it. Our finance department has looked at it and found it the most cost-effective solution. So for this one, we do have a line item in our budget for $22,500 for builder's risk. This is slightly over, so $1,500 will be taken from contingency just to cover that expense. But our finance department did anticipate that if we were to obtain this independently, it would have been probably $10,000 to $15,000 more to get builder's risk insurance.
Could you give just a quick overview of what builder's risk insurance is?
I might defer to Russ on that one.
Builder's risk.
It's basically protect us through the security project. Sure, work in place for any mishaps.
And so the change, so it's not that we didn't have it in the budget, it's just that we didn't have enough money in the
Money.
budget. Right, so it's been anticipated that we'd have builder's risk insurance, it's just $1,500 more, give or take, of what we had in the budget.
Plus to get out of $1,000.
So this was a win-win all the way.
Can you give me an example of what that covers?
Very construction, and there's nobody's cover them.
Okay. So, okay,
Whatever gets damaged. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Okay, and
These numbers and.
No.
Yeah.
And
any other questions on this? Kathy, you were,
okay,
you have something?
So just so we can be clear on all the moving parts we have.
this is, everyone should look at this. That was at your places.
Right.
Okay.
So the first item on this invoice package you're approving is an invoice from Silver Petroselli in the amount of $24,000. That on the first page is that last dated 2/1/2025 for
Yeah.
$24,000. So that goes to their running total of invoices we've approved based on their contract amount.
Right.
The KBE change order for in the amount of 24,000, the total is on a different sheet. This is going to be tracked through our contingency log because it's in a separate line item of our budget. We don't have a tracking mechanism for that, but that $1,500 that is coming out of contingency, we have a contingency log that you can see the running total of where we started with contingency, what's being taken out. As more change orders come in, we have a forecasted area so we can get an idea of what our total, forecasted expenses are. And then a remaining owner's contingency. So you can see we started with
And it's this sheet.
this sheet here. We start
Yep,
with
here.
$705,000 in our owner's contingency per our budget. With the $1,500 right now, remaining owner's contingency is $703,500. So we'll keep this running as more change orders or other expenses come through. You'll always be able to refer to this. And then the last invoice that's up here for J.I. Ipaluccio, this is our site contractor, $194,560. They're being tracked. It's on page 3 of this report. Invoice 12/31/2024, application number 2, and we're tracking their expenses against their contract as well. So there's a lot of different papers, but it's all being tracked and make sure we're remaining within budget.
Any questions? Okay. All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I need a motion. Oh, geez, I'm already ahead of myself here. We got a new agenda. Oh, all right, this one. Yeah, I took the old one. All right. Now we have to discuss, let's get on track again with our schedule.
Yeah.
So what let's see, were we going to go to the second meeting or the first meeting?
So this is the second
This
meeting,
is the
right?
second.
meeting. So do we need to meet in 2
Weeks?
weeks again and then start on the thing or not? Because we were thinking this is the first meeting for the bills to pay. Okay, so actually go to the second
Second meeting.
meeting, second meeting.
Yeah,
of the
that's what
month.
I,
Okay,
yeah, because if we went to the first, that's in 2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks.
yeah.
So we'll go to,
That's the 25th of March that we would keep.
We're not meeting on the 11th?
right now, no, Jack, or,
We're still working it.
Dan.
So
Okay,
no
so
other-
the 11th
Yes,
out.
Hold on, Dan, we're talking to our group here. Okay,
25th.
Yeah, of March.
so right now, we're going to cancel the March 11th meeting and keep the 25th.
Right.
Cancel the 11th and keep the 25th.
And probably should we just keep call an audible every meeting to see if we should potentially go, if we need to go to the first week or the first meeting of the month?
After we can do it by Zoom.
Okay.
Something that comes up that we need to do something or get approval.
Right.
Just have a Zoom.
Okay.
Seems like for whatever reason, we seem to always be doing the second meeting of the month.
Yeah.
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 Are we gonna leave it, are we gonna leave it just for contingency in case something comes up?
Yes.
The 11th.
Okay,
No,
No, at the 11th.
not the 11th.
25th.
Yeah, in the future.
Keep both monthly meetings on your calendar
Until
and
you-
then each month we'll review, but it's likely going to be the second meeting is held, the first meeting canceled. But like for the high school project, we keep them both on the calendar, we cancel one, but if we need it,
We got
because
it.
something comes up, it's already on your schedule. It's easier to cancel than it is to add.
yeah, makes good sense, makes good sense.
It would be,
The 8th and the 22nd
yep.
The 8th.
and the 22nd.
Thank
All right, so we're
Yeah.
canceling the 11th, canceling the 11th, keeping the 25th, keeping the 8th, and keeping the 22nd of April.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, H, any other business? Do we have any?
I have a question of exactly what it's called. In the very beginning, when we look through everything.
You're gonna send out an email if we're gonna cancel the 11th, correct?
We are canceling.
We are canceling.
We are canceling the
Oh, you're definitely gonna cancel it,
11th.
okay, all right.
What is that called when, I think we were looking at windows, we were looking at the roof,
The add alternates.
at alternates. When do we start looking at those? That list,
They're in.
I did.
everything's in?
Yeah.
It is. Oh, I totally
I
missed
think
that.
those were things that we were gonna take out. Right. We were gonna take them out if necessary.
Right.
So
So,
they're-
so.
they're
there's-
in, and if we have to take them out, they go out. But right now they're in.
Okay, thank you.
Good news. Okay, anything else? All right, I need a motion for an adjournment.
So
I'll move it.
Second.
All right, thank you. All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
I.
We are adjourned.